I'm going to go ahead and pause this render again, and that's going to let me take a look at this lantern. Now, the student who made this did a really nice job, and they deleted their history, which is great because anytime you're going to start texturing something, you want to have that history gone. The reason for that is that for this very simple introduction to materials, what I'm going to be using is a window called the Attribute Editor. I can get to the Attribute Editor over here in a tab with my channel box. It also corresponds to this icon up here on the status line, and the shortcut key for it is Control A. In the Attribute Editor, I have a number of tabs. So this is the lantern object. This controls its world space information. This is its shape node, which controls a bunch of things about display, although not what we're going to need. This lantern happens to be on a layer. It's part of the initial shading group, and it is being shaded by a material called Lambert 1, which is the standard gray material that most things live on. At this point, I usually make students sign a promise that they will never edit Lambert 1, because Lambert 1 controls every new object you make in the scene, and if you make Lambert 1 bright pink, all of your new objects will also be bright pink. Don't do it. Leave Lambert 1 alone. Just shade the object you want. Now, for me, I think that the best thing to do is to shade all of the parts of the lantern the same way. But if you feel like you want your feet and your handle to be a different color, you can make them a different color. I'm going to take this entire group node, the lantern group. I'm going to right-click on it, and that is not a shift right-click, it's just a regular right-click. And I'm going to assign a new material. The new material I'm going to use is an Arnold material, so I'll click on Arnold Shader, and we're going to be using the AI Standard Surface material. The AI Standard Surface material is what we call an all-in-one. So let me go ahead and assign this here. So the all-in-one material, if I look at this, it has base, which means color. Specular is shiny. Transmission will cause it to take on a glassy effect. Subsurface will give you the ability to have things look like they're lit from within. Coat functions as a clear coat. Sheen is almost like iridescence. Emission means that it can glow. So it has all of these things that it can do, and to make our lives easy, the AI Standard Surface comes with a number of presets. The presets are up here, so let me click on this, and if I wanted this to look like it was made of honey, I could just go to honey and click replace. And let me pull up my render view so that you can see this glorious thing. There we go. It's kind of neat, right? With the presets, I can go through them and, probably what most of us are going to wind up with is a copper or a gold, because it's just a basic metal lantern. And we're not going to get fancy with it. We're not going to add rust or dust or anything else. It's just going to be whatever you like. The presets are editable. Every single one of them is editable. So if you find one you like, but it's the wrong color, I think orange juice may be a little too processor intensive for what we're doing here. Let's just do frosted glass. Do frosted glass lantern. So if I don't like the color of the frosted glass, I can just start going through here. So it looks like none of these are really options for frosted glass. These are, but specular is really about the shininess of the glass. If I don't like the color, I'm going to come on down to transmission Here's the transmission color, and when I edit this, let's make it green. Let's make it bright green. Now I've got a bright green frosted glass lantern. So it may take some finagling on your part to figure out what all of the different pieces do, and I want to give you this like a toy to play with. So if you like playing with this particular toy, go ahead and play with it. If you don't worry, you're going to get lots of toys today. The last thing I'll say about the presets is that I've been going through and running replace, just a straight up replace. You can also start blending between the presets. So I could do one that is a blend of ceramic and chrome. That sounds like fun. So play with this for as long as you like, or just take your favorite preset and go with that. The goal is to make this lantern look a little bit prettier by adding the material. It doesn't have to be a particular material. So go for it, have fun, enjoy your materials. Remember to add the material. I just right-clicked on the lantern. This is Assign New Material, Arnold Shader, AI Standard Surface. Best practice also dictates that I name my material, so AI Standard Surface. I'm going to name this one Lantern AIS for AI Standard. So that's going to be it for materials for now. In the next video, I'm going to model a little candle and maybe change up this background so that the lantern is casting its light on a couple of walls. So we're walking through everything slowly. This was just adding the first material.